Step 1. Arrows fired onto target. This step involves a minecart, powered rails, normal rails, target blocks, a redstone repeater, some redstone, and a player. From the previous section, the final part fires a bunch of arrows landing on these target blocks. Once hit, a redstone signal is sent to a set of powered rails, which starts a minecart. The minecart dives into caves, signifying that the journey of our speedrunner is now digging. They are on the hunt for resources and will battle many mobs along the way to make another portal. Step 2. Minecart releases zombie. This step involves a zombie, a villager, some wood, an iron door, a piston, a detector rail, and redstone. As the minecart nears its end, it goes over a detector rail. The rail triggers a piston, which moves a redstone block, keeping a constant flow to an iron door. The iron door opens and a zombie is released, which goes after a villager. Step 3. Pressure plate ignites TNT. This step involves wood, TNT, a pressure plate, and redstone. In the zombie's path, it runs over a pressure plate. The pressure plate ignites a TNT block, which will open up a new section of the cave along with the rest of the steps. Step 4. Lever breaks, deactivating piston. This step involves a piston, a lever, and some redstone. The TNT breaks the lever and its explosion from the previous step. The redstone, which is not powered by the lever anymore, makes the piston retract. Step 5. Boat breaks a lily pad. This step involves a boat, some lily pads, and some water. The piston from the previous step releases water. The water flows down the hill and pushes a boat into a little pond. The pond is filled with lily pads. As the boat moves further into the pond, it breaks all lily pads in its path. Step 6. Piston breaks bamboo. This step involves an observer, a piston, some bamboo, and some redstone. The final lily pad in the pond, when broken, triggers an observer. The observer quickly activates a piston, making the piston cut down a bamboo shoot. Step 7. Sand falls on a pressure plate. This step involves an observer, a piston, a pressure plate, some stone, some sand, and redstone. As the bamboo shoot breaks, an observer sends a signal to the piston. The piston moves a stone block, which makes sand fall. As the sand falls, it breaks and drops onto the pressure plate. Step 8. Arrows are shot at a button. This step involves a dispenser, a trapdoor, some arrows, a button, and some redstone. When the pressure plate activates, a trapdoor is open, which allows a dispenser to fire arrows. They are shot vertically at a button, so it will be pressed. In step 6, since the redstone signal sent is very short, a redstone cycle is made, which is used to rapid-fire arrows. Step 9. TNT minecart explodes. This step involves a TNT minecart, powered rails, normal rails, an activator rail, and redstone. The button, once pressed, activates powered rails, which send a TNT minecart down a track. The minecart reaches the end and hits an activator rail, igniting the TNT. As a bonus part, I wanted to make a small section where the rails move up. This involves rails, pistons, some tripwire, and redstone. The rails dip down in a section originally. As the cart falls, it triggers a tripwire and makes the cycle start. I use redstone repeaters to time when the pistons are going to push the rails up. This does not affect a further step and was just put for visuals. Step 10. Redstone torch breaks. This step involves redstone torches, a redstone comparator, and a dispenser. A redstone comparator compares multiple signals it is given and outputs a signal. As the redstone torch breaks at the end of the TNT minecart's track, the signal output from the redstone comparator switches, which activates a dispenser. Step 11. Mob is released from water. This step involves some water, a tripwire, and a skeleton. A dispenser, if activated while releasing something, can be deactivated. The dispenser, once activated, picks up the water, letting it drain out. A skeleton is being held back by the water and it cannot swim out. Once the water is drained, the skeleton is able to get out and walks over a tripwire. Step 12. Zombies fall through nether portal. The final step involves some zombies, a villager, some iron trapdoors, some redstone, and the nether portal. The tripwire, once tripped, opens all the trapdoors, releasing all the zombies to fall. The zombies, once landed, will seek out the villager. The villager is hidden away behind the nether portal. This forces the zombies to go into the nether portal. Their movement into the nether portal starts the next section's first step. The player has finally finished exploring caves and has made it to the nether.